Any of you who have been an amateur athlete, say high school or little league, or your kids have played, or maybe you've officiated, you know about the amount of abuse that can get heaped on umpires, referees, etc., and so forth. Well, now, the state of New Jersey is going to try to take that by the horns, introducing now John Berzicelli, Assemblyman, Democrat. This is a pretty important issue, and anybody who's ever seen parents go over the top at an amateur event knows that it can be dangerous. What's the purpose behind this bill?
Well, first of all, as a baseline for discussion, it's already against the law to assault someone. But in this particular case, we're now going to move officials who are duly registered, properly trained, into a category where that simple assault can become aggravated assault, which carries with it a heavier level of fine, potentially even for imprisonment. Our thinking is very simple, especially in the youth athletic side of things. Families invest a lot of time and money to put their kids into these programs. They're there for a reason. Sports, organized sports, teaches a lesson, teaches kids how to get along with one another, how to be competitive. Those valuable lessons get compromised immediately if parents act improperly.
Now, are we talking about just physical abuse, or is this also verbal?
This is just physical. This goes from simple assault to aggravated assault. You'd have to physically attack someone. You know, freedom of speech can be a very fine line when it comes to athletic events. But if you're going to think about assaulting someone, just know that the crime is going to be potentially severe, and it'll be a bad day for the person who's arrested.
All right, let's welcome our A-plus panel for the first time tonight. Joining us, Peter Brown, Assemblyman from Linden, Randy Thompson, human rights advocate. Welcome aboard. And of course, Allura Nano, she's here, and she is a columnist for Law and Crime. Crime at a youth sporting event. Think about that. Now, I've done a lot of youth sports. My kids play. I've seen a lot of bad things happen. You have a hot opinion on this.
I do, and I think it's outrageous that this is even happening enough to warrant this kind of legislation. But that said, I think the legislation is a bad idea. There is no reason to make a new law in specific circumstances. It's already illegal. There's no reason to make it extra bad because it happened at a sporting event.
Well, Randy, I mean, what's your take on this, too? Because, I mean, like I said, especially as a hockey dad,
right.
I've seen some parents almost go through the glass to get at an official if they're not happy with something. And it can get a little scary if people get out of hand.
Absolutely.
What's your take on this?
Definitely should be a safe space for everyone to enjoy it and for the family to be there. I'm not a fan personally and professionally of laws that say your life is more valuable than this other person's if you were to get assaulted.
Well, Peter, let me run this by you, too, because you're a councilman in Linden. They have youth sports fields.
Yes.
I've seen the trend over the years where now, instead of bleachers behind the dugout, say at a softball game or a baseball game, they put them down in right field and left field to keep parents away from the officials and their own kids. What's your take?
I definitely understand the intentions of the bill. However, I do disagree with it. You're creating a different class. What I do suggest is have more security or police officers there, you know? I mean, if someone's going to commit assault and you don't have any police officers or security there, you know, you're going to deter them some type of way. So I would say start with the basics first before creating a different class of
exactly right.
Well, just to wrap up, my only comment on that honestly would be who's going to pay for the extra security when you generally go to a hockey rink or a baseball field anyway. And when money gets involved, more problems. A-plus panel, thanks so much for that. Interesting topic. We'll see how the summer softball and baseball seasons go.